But I think that makes sense. Yeah. What a small world. Yeah.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to our September Cub Scout Roundtable. I am Vinnie Close, Assistant Council Commissioner for Roundtable Program and Support for Great Trail Council, and we're happy that you've joined us tonight. We have a lot to cover, so let's get started like we always do with the Pledge of Allegiance, Scout Oath, and Scout Law, presented tonight by Scouts from Pack 3001 and Troops 1 and 7001 in Akron.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Scout Oath. On my honor, I will do my best to do my duty to God and my country, to obey the Scout Law, to help other people at all times, to keep myself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight.
Scout Law. A scout is trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent. 2.
All right, nice job, everyone. Thank you. And remember that we'd like to feature your pack in a future video. If you're interested in doing the Pledge, Oath, and Law in a future video during Roundtable, let us know and we'll make the arrangements. All right, up next is our safety moment. And this month, we have a video on first aid kits.
As representatives of an organization whose motto is Be Prepared, all scouts and scout leaders should be sure they are always ready with an appropriate first aid kit stocked with every essential item and on hand when it's needed. That includes having a kit in your car, your home, your meeting location, and with your outdoor equipment for the next hike or camping trip. The contents of the kit can be as varied as the potential needs and the number of participants present. Your kit may be simple or more complex if you are trained to use it properly. You should also regularly check for and replace expired items and those that need to be restocked after a trip. Have a kit that is suited to the number of participants and the length of time you'll need it. A kit for a day hike will probably be different from the kit you would carry on a trek at Philmont Scout Ranch or a multi-day boat trip at the Florida Sea Base or Northern Tier. If you're a medical professional or trained in wilderness first aid, the kit may be expanded because of your knowledge and ability to safely use the items. Not sure about where to get a first aid kit? Many professionally prepared first aid kits are available from scoutstuff.org and your local scout shop, major outdoor retailers, and the American Red Cross. Specifications are often provided on the kit as to the location where the kit might be appropriate and other considerations. You may want to add items to your kit based on known or anticipated needs. For example, a shakedown hike with many pairs of new boots being broken in would warrant additional moleskin. Even if you want to assemble your own kit, you can use these resources to identify contents that are recommended. Find more tips and resources for first aid kits and other safety moments on the Scouting Safely website at scouting.org.
All right, thank you. Don't forget that we should be doing safety moments at all our activities, whether that's den meetings, pack meetings, outings, even roundtables. All right, up next is our membership moment, where the topic this month is den chiefs. So let's talk about den chiefs and why you need them. A den chief is a specially trained Scouts BSA, Venturer, or Sea Scout member who assists the den leader at any level in a pack. A den chief attends den and pack meetings. They help the den leader plan and conduct the meetings, and then confidently help lead portions of the den meeting program. And this is a great way to spread the workload in a den meeting and give the den chief leadership experience. The den chief makes your Cub Scouts more likely to cross over into Scouts BSA when they are old enough. Now, if you're in a troop, offer den chiefs to nearby packs. Each den chief provides an additional connection to the pack. They serve the den and its members by being a role model and a recruiter. We know that there is no better ambassador for Scouts BSA than a den chief. The den chief is also one of the positions of responsibility that can be applied towards rank advancements, including Eagle. Now, for more information on den chiefs and their training, you can go to the web address you see on screen at scouting.org. It's important to note that as part of the Council's new adventure fee, starting next year, Den Chief training will be included for free for those scouts who are looking to become a Den Chief. All right, now it's time for our Duty to God moment, and for this, we have a submission from Bob Granchi, who is the Religious Emblems Coordinator for Stambaugh District, who has sent us this following submission. Normally in the fall of the year, Scouts are invited to earn their Scouting America or GSUSA religious emblems. This is done now so that they may have ample time to have those awards presented to them at a Scout Sunday service, a blue and gold banquet, or another Scouting ceremony. This year is no different. As Great Trail Council's Stambaugh District Chaplain / Religious Emblems Coordinator, I encourage all Scouts everywhere to seriously consider earning their religious award this season. Most religions have their own respective award. For Scouts in grades K through 8, these awards can generally be earned at home with the help of a parent, grandparent, or a guardian. For those of high school age, the awards are usually done with a trained facilitator or instructor. The majority of these classes are being formed now and will begin in late September or early October. By completing the requirements for their Religions Award, the Scout is allowed to wear the coveted Scouting America Religious Award square knot on their Cub Scout or Scouts BSA uniform, in addition to the medal awarded by that religion. As in Scouts, they are available for both boys and girls, and in many cases, adult leaders as well. Now, for more information on how to earn one's religious award, check out the Scouting America Recognized website, which is www.praypub.org. I'm sure you will be glad you did. God's blessings from Captain Bob Granchi. All right, thank you, Bob. And we should point out that each district has a Religious Emblems Coordinator. So if you have questions, you can reach out either to Bob or to the individual responsible for that in your district. All right, time now for our first of 2 hot topics for tonight, and we will start out with a new video for September from the National Council covering resources for den leaders, both new and current den leaders. Presenting the video is Anthony Berger, the National Director of Cub Scouting.
Welcome to Cub Scouting. This video is part of a series of helpful and informative sessions that we call Roundtable. Just like the mythical King Arthur's court, Roundtable is a place where all are equal and ideas are shared. Now, Roundtable may be an in-person meeting that is held once a month, or it may be a virtual event, or you may have an option of a hybrid model of in-person and virtual. Roundtables are planned locally and are a great place to get information about local events and activities, as well as a great place to ask questions and meet other Cub Scout leaders and parents. Roundtable videos, like this one, are designed to be used when you need them. The videos are topic-based, so if you need some coaching or guidance on a challenge in your pack, check out the Roundtable videos. Share them with your leaders and parents in your pack. You can scan this QR code to take you to the Roundtable videos. Now, the subject of this Roundtable video is you, the new or returning den leader. It may also be used as a resource for other Cub Scout leaders who are responsible for getting new den leaders started. In this video, we are going to cover resources available to make sure that Cub Scouting is fun for you as a den leader, and that it's simple to understand and easy to deliver. At the end of this video, if you're watching it with other people, is the most powerful resource of all, and that is the opportunity for you and others to share what works best for them. Now, the reality is that most of us didn't wake up one day and decide to be a den leader. Chances are someone asked you to be a den leader. The reality is that you agreed to be a den leader because your child wants to be a Cub Scout. Now, this was true for even me. The good news is that being a den leader is not that hard, as long as you keep these 2 points about being a den leader in mind. Now, the first is that Cub Scouting is fun. The things you do together as a family in Cub Scouting will bring your family closer together. I promise you. It is also true that you will get out of Cub Scouting what you put into it. Your family and your child deserves your very best. And that brings me to the second point to keep in mind, and that is the Cub Scout motto. The Cub Scout motto is do your best. Now, this motto is what we expect not only of Cub Scouts, but it is also a great motto for you too. Do your best. That is all anyone can ask. All right, now you should be in the perfect state of mind to be a den leader. Okay, well, maybe not a perfect state of mind, but if you remember to focus on your child enjoying the Cub Scout program and to do your best, the rest will be much easier. Now, since you're watching this video, I'm going to assume that you've already done the very first step, which is completing your adult leader application and completing youth protection training. Make sure that your application has been processed as a den leader, as this will give you the proper access to online tools to manage your den. Once your application is processed, it is now time to make your reservations and book your flight to England, the birthplace of scouting. Here, you will spend 3 weeks of intensive training on how to become a den leader. We will teach you how to live off the land. You will become an expert craft builder. And at the end, you will drink from the chalice of friendship. But, no one told you about the mandatory 3-week trip to England? Okay, let's back this up. Let's start with some very basics. And don't worry, there's not a mandatory 3-week training in England. The truth is that Cub Scouting is fun, simple, and easy, and it won't take you long at all to pick it up. The second thing you actually need to do is to take Den Leader position specific training found on my.scouting.org. It will take less than 2 hours total, and the training is divided into short modules that are about 8 minutes each. I can't tell you how often we see questions from new Den Leaders who are frustrated because they have so many questions, when most, if not all, of those questions are answered in the training for Den Leaders. Now, this video and other Roundtable videos are not designed to take the place of the online or in-person Den Leader training. The resources you need for Cub Scouting are all found on the official website of scouting.org. When you visit scouting.org, click on the top menu of Programs, and then click on Cub Scouting. That will take you to the Cub Scout homepage, or you can just follow this QR code. The first thing you should watch, if you haven't done so already, is the Welcome to Cub Scouting video. Now, this is a YouTube video that answers the top 5 most common questions parents have about Cub Scouting. This is a great resource for you to watch, but it's also a great resource to share with the parents in your den. The video is on the Cub Scout homepage, but it's a lot easier to just scan this QR code. It might be helpful to bookmark it to make it easier to share. On the Cub Scout homepage, there's information designed for new families. So take the time to scroll through this content so you become familiar with the program and where you can direct new families to the source of information. As you scroll down the Cub Scout homepage, you will come to a section labeled Parent Resources. This too is a good content for you to be familiar with and to share with the parents in your den. However, the information you want is under the Leaders section. At the top, you will see 2 tabs next to each other. One says Parents and the other says Leaders. Simply click on the Leaders and voila! The Leader resources show up. Now, click on Den Leader Resources. Here, you will find everything you need to deliver the Cub Scout program to your den. At first, there's information on conducting a den meeting. Below that, there's a section for each grade level, also referred to as ranks. Click on the grade level or rank of your den. That will take you to a rank-specific page that has all the resources to deliver the program and information about that rank. Here, we have several items that you will want to refer to, so make sure to bookmark this page. The most useful resource on this page when you are first getting started is the Welcome New Den Leader. Now, this document provides a step-by-step instructions on what to do as a new den leader. You follow these steps and you will be off to a great start. Also on this page is one way to get to the Cub Scout adventures and the den meeting resources for activities to do during den meetings. You can also get to the adventure pages by simply scanning the QR codes that are in the Cub Scout handbooks. The other key resource on this page is a link to the Guide to Safe Scouting. A good den leader will have the online version of the Guide to Safe Scouting bookmarked, so it's really easy to reference because you want to reference it often. This is all the important rules and regulations we have in Cub Scouting to keep kids safe and adults safe while participating in the program. Now, Further down the page, you'll find a lot of other resources to help you as a den leader. So feel free to explore the page, and once again, you may want to bookmark the page for your rank to make sure it's easier to reference while planning den meetings and outings. In addition to online training, roundtable videos, and the Cub Scout website, I want to also mention a weekly show that we do called Cub Chat Live. Every Friday at 2 p.m. Central, we are live on Facebook with a show that focuses on a specific topic in Cub Scouting. And those who are watching live can actually ask questions and we give answers in real time. If you can't join live, don't worry, we record all the shows, and you can subscribe to Cub Chat Live as a podcast or on a YouTube. Check out the official Cub Scout Live page by following this QR code. All right, now it's your turn. We really want the den leaders who are participating to take an active part in this discussion. Consider these questions for the remainder of your time together. What is your child looking forward to the most about Cub Scouting? What made you decide to become a den leader? Do you have any fears or concerns about being a den leader or about Cub Scouting? If so, what are they? What about Cub Scouting have you enjoyed so far? All right, that's it for now. Once again, thank you for serving as a den leader, and I look forward to seeing you next time.
All right, thank you, Anthony. I don't know about you, but I may want to just sign up to be a den leader so I can get a 3-week trip to England. That sounds pretty good. Okay, next up is to present our second of 2 hot topics tonight. We have Dominic King, who is the new Cubmaster for Pack 3513 in Brunswick. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you,
Great,
Vinnie?
thank you. And you're going to talk to us about recruiting part 2. So the theme for this was, you've just had your open house, which for you was last night. I know, I was there.
Less than 24 hours ago.
And so we want to talk about what happens next. What do you do with those new scouts that have joined? What do you do potentially with people that may have come but didn't sign up? So talk about that. And we selected you because we know you guys have some great programs that you guys do in the following weeks right after the open house. So I'm going to turn it over to you, and we'll monitor if you guys have any comments. For those of you online, feel free to let us know in the live chat, and we'll make sure we get them answered. So
Vinnie,
the camera is yours.
Vinnie, thanks so much. I think a lot of the programs that we do are really a testament to the partnership that we have between PAC 3513 and Troop 513. It's a lot of fun to see the kids all get together on that. So Vinnie challenged me and said, you've had an open house. What do you guys do afterwards? This is my first year as a Cub Master. So I've kind of seen what we've done year over year. And I'll tell you what, the amount of passion that everyone has in the PAC, all of the volunteers that we have, we got a really deep bench of people who really understand how to get people engaged and involved. So we'll go to our first slide here, and you'll see this come on. So and you can head to the next one too. So we just finished our open house. At our open house, we made sure to have plenty of material and collateral for having people be able to see our website, be able to sign up really quickly. So the thing you see on your left, we have almost everywhere. We always have a flyer that has a QR code that can navigate people to sign up for the PAC if they get interested. We also created this year a dues and values sheet. So what are you paying for as being part of Scouts? What's that going to cost throughout the year? What do you get for that? We found that there really needed to be a little bit more transparency for when am I paying and what am I getting for it? It's really nice, too, to be able to see in one nice, clean shot all of the things that you get for being a part of Scouts. And the thing that we really share, even more than just what's the value of what comes with the PAC, is what's the value of Scouting, right? We got involved because it's not like just watching your kids play track or play football. It's participatory. I mean, our families are all involved. It's a really different type of experience to have with our kids. We also have a sign-up sheet so that for those that don't immediately sign up for the PAC, we can follow up with them. We'll talk about how we do that in a second. And we always have a computer there. So last night, Vinnie, I think we signed up 2 new members and were able to have a small little event during the open house as well. So we'll go to the next slide. So for those that signed in, we end up following up with an email telling them more about the pack. You showed interest yesterday. Here's some more things that you might not have known about our pack, and then opening up for questions. Simple question, what could it have taken last night, or what will it take for you to be able to join our pack? What more questions could we answer for you? For those that have signed up, we send them a welcome to our pack email, and then we also send them a survey as a parent or guardian to learn more about them, learn more about their child, and then also understand just some unique skills about them. What do they do? What do they do in the community? What kind of resources do they have connections to? Would they be willing to come and talk to our pack? Would they be willing to lead a discussion? And then for both of those, we welcome them to the very next meeting. So we use pretty much every meeting, every opportunity that we get together as a pack, we use as a recruiting opportunity. So recruitment is something that's ongoing all year. And what that looks like, if we go to the next slide. So with our recruitment, we almost always have a handout. So a little kind of 1/4 of a 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper that has a couple things. Bring a pal. So we're doing our biking rodeo later this month. Pedal with a pal. If you bring one of your friends that isn't part of our pack, the currency for Cub Scouts is beads, right? So what I didn't know as being the Cubmaster is I had full liberal ability to dole out as many beads as I wanted to. So we said you get 25 beads if you bring somebody in. If they sign up, here, you get 100, right? Between that, also if they sign up, they get the recruiter patch. So we really enable the kids. They're gonna be our best recruiters in bringing their friends in. If you click to the next slide, coming up in October, we're doing a Bring a Boo Buddy. In October, we do a Halloween party. Kids get dressed up, we get dressed up as well. That's a really nice, easy way to start introducing people to, one, what we do together as a pack, but then they get to see, Pledge Allegiance, the Scout Oath, the Scout Law, help us understand what we're doing together and how we're building that sense of community. Again, beads, and you get a patch if somebody signs up. The next slide. We also do Trunk or Treat. Great opportunity to be able to see the community. Again, we have QR codes pretty much pasted all over. If it's a trunk or treat and the car is there's going to be some kind of signage that's going to be on the car that people can scan, but everybody leaves with something. So, anytime that you engage with Scouts, there's that energy. You feel that, that this is something that your kid's probably going to like, but if you don't leave with something, if you don't have something that's durable that you can leave with to scan, to sign up, it might become a kind of a memory in the back of your mind. You might casually come across it again. So other than structured events, what other ways do we try to recruit? Go to the next slide. So touch trucks, right? So this is one example of a handout that we have. We use something similar to this during our parade this year in Brunswick. These are in our cars. They're in our glove boxes. Anytime that our pack and our Scouts are getting together to do an event where there's another kid who's going to be nearby in grade school age, we want to have the ability of letting them know, hey, if they had fun, we invite them over. We have them join right in what we're doing. And if you had fun, scan this, sign up. Here's some more information. At the very least, give us some contact information so you can learn more about maybe the next time we're going to get together. The next slide. Same thing with hikes. If we're going out and we're doing a hike, we were just at Princess Ledges yesterday for the wolf den. Carrying these around with you as well. You see a couple other kids who are out there on a hike. You're starting to talk about different plants, how to identify poison ivy and the difference between that and poison sumac, poison oak, and boxwood and box elder. And so all of a sudden, your kids are starting to get interested in it. Hey, scan this QR code. We have a pack meeting once a month. You can do more of this every single day. Next slide. We were at Brunswick Lake fishing last weekend. Same exact kind of thing. So variations on the theme. If your pack is getting together, if they're spending time together, and you're outside around other people, which is what we love doing with scouting, have a way that you can start engaging people and letting them know we do this every single month. In fact, we do this multiple times a month. It's fun. Let's join. Next slide. Part of the parades. Parades are great ways to get out there and see the pack, be out there in the community. Very common that everybody has a banner. How many of you are handing out QR codes to scan and say, sign up? Look, we're out there. We have 40 kids in our pack. There's a lot of fun. There's a ton of energy. If you see it and you say, that's really good, I'm going to have to go look that up, or I'm going to have to see it. If you don't have something with you, they're probably not going to be engaging again. So give them something that they can leave with that gives them a little hint about the fun that you can have, and then a quick way to be able to link right over. If any of you aren't comfortable or familiar with creating QR codes, any website you're on in Google, if you're on Chrome, you right-click and you say create a QR code. It's that easy. It's incredibly easy to make those. A lot of tutorials that are online as well, but you can go to scouting.org, go to where you're going to be signing up for your pack, right-click, create a QR code, and then throw it on a piece of paper. Very simple. It doesn't have to be too graphically crazy, but Vinnie, I've been so impressed by the number of people who are in our pack who really are good graphic artists. They have a bunch of different ways of creating these.
Helps to have your committee chair as an art teacher as well.
We love that. The next slide. And so this is the last slide. So part of it, recruitment, is also retention, right? So for those that are already in our pack, you might think, they're already in there, they've paid for the year, they're going to be signing up for the next year. Never take that as an assumption, and never take that for granted. So every year we now send out an engagement survey. We want to know from the parents, what did you guys like this year? How many of you ended up going to one of our scout messes? How many of you liked these individual pack events that we had? What were your favorite ones? What would you have rather have seen next year? Do you want us to do more outside events? Do you want us to do more events in the community? Do you want to learn more about local government? And then we take that during our summer planning meetings and we tell parents, hey, we got your feedback. This year we're going to be doing more of X. We hope to see you next year. Go ahead and sign up. So it's an ongoing communication that we want to make sure that we're building a program that works for you, that you're interested in. If you're interested in, your kids are going to be interested in, you're going to keep on doing it for a long time. So the main takeaway, recruitment is not just a once-a-year event. Recruitment is ongoing. Every pack meeting, every time you're out in the community, every time you're selling popcorn, that's an opportunity to recruit, meet somebody new, and welcome into your pack. Vinnie, back over to you.
Yeah, so thank you for that. It doesn't look like there were any questions online. Is that correct, Sherry? Nobody's had any comments yet? Is that right? Okay. So you talked about Scout Mass.
Yeah.
We're both the same. I'm with Troop 513. You're with 3513. We're both chartered to St. Ambrose Parish in Brunswick, Catholic Church in Brunswick. Talk a second about the Scout Mass, because that's something you guys do once a month. And if you're not Catholic, because there are non-Catholics that are members of the pack, just as there are non-Catholics members of our troop, how does that work with, the Scout Mass and making them still feel welcome in the community?
Yeah, it's a great question. So, as we encourage, pray your own way in all of the ways that you find God in your life, in the ways that you practice the religion of your choice. At St. Ambrose, everyone is welcome, right? And so as we process in with Father Bob. I think we got some great opportunities as we go forward to have even more of our pack there along with the troop. But if you come to St. Ambrose, the doors are open, right? So you're welcome to be there. We always get different questions, especially at our camp-out events too. We make that optional. If you'd like to come, you can. If not, you can, again, pray your own way. Or if you have questions, ask. Great opportunity to talk about God.
That's always good. And we both know Father Bob is extremely supportive of scouting at St. Ambrose. He's, as big a flag waver as there can be for the scouting program. Now, you mentioned earlier in your presentation about the beads.
Yeah.
Explain the beads a little bit and what they can get for those beads. They're not just collecting them to collect them. They're kind of like money in a way. So
absolutely.
Talk about that.
So at the end of the year, we do a bead redemption. And what they normally what we'll do is we'll ask anybody, did you get any gifts this year that you didn't quite want? Maybe it was from a grandma or a grandpa or something else. Or are there any other types of little trinkets, things like that we found throughout the year that we might get a sale on? Might get somebody locally in the community that wants to donate or do something for scouts, and they say, hey, I have a lot of pencils or I have pens or these types of things. So then we price them out, weighted pretty much for how much we've given out in the year. And then during the bead redemption or during Christmas, everybody just gets another 100 beads. And so now they know as the years go on and the prizes kind of get a little bit more substantial, that this is something fun to work for, right? You're going to be doing it a couple months after Christmas, a good opportunity to get a couple more prizes. Motivating kids is you can do it a couple different ways. They love being outside. They love having fun with their friends. And you get in between the prizes and awards that you get for popcorn sales, then you get Christmas, and then we end up with bead redemption.
And you're not giving out Xboxes. Let's be clear about that. It'd be nice if we did. But,
Listen, if you recruit 100 kids to the pack,
we'll
get you an Xbox.
I'll help
Absolutely.
pitch in for that Xbox there. But yeah, so it's a lot of cool things that are age appropriate that they're gonna like to do.
Absolutely.
So that's good. Anything else you can think of? Anything else that you want to share? As far you're new to this, you just started. Your first pack meeting was a month ago. How's it going so far?
It's going really good. One of the things that we started with the first year, and I kind of took it as my wife and I didn't do scouting growing up, so coming into it, nothing, right? And you kind of learn a lot of it experientially. So one of the first things we did for our first pack meeting this year is we brought up everyone. So everyone who volunteers, for all the parents to see, this is a volunteer run group and organization. Here are the people who are doing all of the things that make all of this happen. We have a ton of fun at our pack meetings. We also took it as the opportunity of if somebody's brand new, if they're not part of the pack yet, come on up front too. Introduce yourself to us, and then let's bring up somebody who is part of the pack. Say, why have you stayed here? Why have you stayed in there? What has this meant to you? So again, there are opportunities to create community. There are opportunities to strengthen and understand more about what makes our pack so great. It's a recruiting opportunity, right?
It absolutely is,
So every opportunity that you have in Scouts is a recruiting opportunity. If you look at it like that, people have more fun. People are more engaged, and it's a great way to start getting more people into your pack.
Yeah, I was one of those people that got brought up on stage with everybody else. We talked about.
I made sure to pull you over.
It takes a village for the pack, and you brought up the whole village, so that was good. I also like too. You did, which I've kind of sort of seen in other packs, but you did kind of a little scavenger hunt where the people that were there had to go around and find somebody that's an Eagle Scout.
Yep.
So, we kind of get to say, look for the red, white, and blue square knot on their shirt, and that means they're an Eagle Scout. You wrote it up, but, find different things. And it was just a way to get them to go and meet all the people and maybe learn something about them. So
we called it Cub Scout Bingo, right?
Okay,
so
yes.
you had an opportunity, you had to go find somebody who you could create your bingo card, and anybody who didn't, we'd yell out loud, is there anybody who has a twin who's in the pack? Anybody whose dad is a Cubmaster?
Right.
All right, we made some of them easy.
Of course.
But scouting can be intimidating, right? You see all of these different patches and everything. I'm not even my A today. I came straight from work, right? But you see all of that and you go, that seems intimidating. That's a lot. Love sharing your journey in Scouts. You love people asking about it.
I will tell you, there were some Webelos that were from your pack that were asking me 20 questions about all the patches.
Yeah.
What is this patch? What does this pin mean? What is this patch? What is this white arrow? So they love, all these patches, and they want to know, how can I get these?
Yep.
I said, well, earn Eagle Scout. You get this one. This one's for Arrow of Light. So they seem to, not just want to learn about all the bling that we have, but also, can I get this too? And the answer is almost always yes, you can.
And sometimes it can be hard for kids, especially younger kids, to go up to an adult, especially somebody who's an authority. So as a Cubmaster, welcoming those people in and saying, you've probably seen Vinnie standing around. Vinnie, tell us, what is it that you do, and how did you get all of these things? You make it really approachable for kids, and then they just start to open up. And that's a lot of reasons why we got our kids into Scouts is to see them kind of break out of their shell and open up.
So you have 2 in the pack.
2 in the pack, Maximus and Connor. Yep.
And as do you want to embarrass them now in front of the world?
Absolutely.
And give them a shout out?
Max, Connor, you should have already eaten dinner. I'm sure you've been very good to each other, and you've been good to Mom. Max is a Weeble, Connor is a wolf this year. They've loved Scouts. We started in COVID year.
That's right, you did.
So in COVID year, I got to say, 3513 is probably the one of the reasons why we've stuck with the pack is they made it work, right? You guys had virtual meetings. We didn't know what Scouts was. We didn't know that. We thought Scouts had gone completely STEM and digital, and we didn't go outside anymore. And we stuck with it, and then stuck with it from there, and it was the best thing that we've done for our family.
Yeah, but we know during COVID, packs especially, a lot of them just folded up shop and went home, whereas your pack stuck it out, and I think that's worked out in the long run for you guys. That you're still active, you're still thriving, you're not worried about having to rebuild your membership like a lot of other PACs did that were just decimated during that time.
Absolutely.
So that's been a good thing. Boys, by the way, you can have ice cream tonight. I got it okayed from your dad, so that's good for you.
Be in bed when I get home.
Do we have any comments that came in online, Sherry? We do not. Okay. Well, Dominic, thank you. We appreciate you
Absolutely,
coming out.
yeah.
Happy that you're the new Cubmaster, and hopefully you'll be with the pack for many years. Hopefully Max will be joining our troop come spring. And again, thank you for coming.
Thank you. With a
Yeah.
with a pack like ours and a troop like yours.
We greatly appreciate
Absolutely.
it.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
Dominic, everybody.
Thank you guys.
All right. We wanted to take a moment, as Dominic had said, to remind everyone that even though you may have done an open house, as Dominic said, recruiting is never done. The Great Trail Council has been working on a recruiting website that provides information and resources on recruiting for all of our programs. That's for packs, troops, crews, ships, and posts. You can find the website at the address you're going to see on screen in a second here. There it is. It's at gtcbsa.org/recruit. So that is the recruiting website, and that has tons of information on how to recruit and how to help better yourself. There's videos, posters, lots of downloadables that you can get there. So we also wanted to share with you a new recruiting tool that you can get for free, and you can hand it out at all your recruiting events. Dominic talked about some things that they hand out, like at parades and various things, but the council has something available as well. So they have printed up buddy cards. I have one of these right here. On the front are some cool photos of Cub Scouts in action, and on the back is the QR code that takes people to our council's joining website, which is allaboutscouts.org. Now, there are thousands of these cards available, and if your pack or den would like some, contact your unit commissioner or district commissioner, who can get as many of those cards as you'd like. On the Recruit website, there are also other buddy cards that your pack can customize, and you can write your pack number and meeting times on the backs of these cards and then print them out at yourselves at your convenience. So, while we're on the topic of recruiting, an important statistic was recently shared with the council commissioners, of which I am one, and that has to do with our beascout.org pins. So, a recent study that we did of all of our council's units, those unit pins, we found that as many as 65% of them contained incorrect or outdated information, such as a wrong meeting day or time, incorrect contact information, or a link to a website or social media page that is no longer active. Some units we found haven't updated their PIN in over 5 years. So that got us to thinking about how we can help everyone out in making sure that your information was updated. But in doing that, it brought out more fundamental questions that many of our units and unit leaders began asking us, and that is, what is beascout.org? What is a unit PIN? And why should we care? So we're going to take a minute here to go over that for everyone. So to start with, beascout.org is the National Council's recruiting website, and it allows families who are looking for a scout unit to join where they are in that community. So by going to the website and entering in your zip code as well as what type of unit you're looking for, you'll be presented with a list or virtual push pins on a map to show you where there are units in your area. It is here where it's important that your unit information be accurate. So Steve, if you can put up the next slide, please. What you're seeing on screen right now is the unit pin for my home unit, Troop 513 in Brunswick. This is what shows up if you were to search for Scouts BSA troops in Brunswick's 44212 zip code. The information that you see here is about the troop, and it comes from information that the troop's leaders have entered. Now it's up to each unit to ensure that the information shown on their pin is accurate. National is going to show you all the units in the database to people, but it's up to the unit to personalize the information to their specific situation. Because after all, no one knows their unit better than you do. Now, in order to update that information, one of your unit's key 3 will need to go to my.scouting.org to access it. Now, your unit's key 3 consists of your unit leader, which is either your Cubmaster, Scoutmaster, crew leader, skipper, and so on, your unit committee chair, and your chartered organization representative. Now, if your unit is chartered to Great Trail Council instead, then you would have a council unit representative instead of a chartered org rep. In most cases, that's likely going to be, that person is going to be your district executive. Now, on this slide that you see on screen now, this is where you will update your unit pins information. Again, this is for my troop, Troop 513 in Brunswick. You want to make sure that on this screen, all of the information that you see here is correct. Your meeting location, your contact information, whether you accept online applications, your unit's website or social media page if you have one, and a brief description of your unit. Now, once you have made the changes, they will update overnight as part of the national IT team's nightly updates that they do. It doesn't happen immediately. Now, if you need help, we have resources available at the council and district levels to assist and answer any questions that you may have. You can reach out to your unit commissioner, your district commissioner, or even us here at the council commissioner level, and we would be more than happy to help you out. So, why should you care about all of this? Well, having accurate information on your PIN is particularly important this year because as part of a national scouting advertising campaign that is currently underway, traffic to beascout.org is up 23% over this same time last year. So that means that more families are searching for scout units in their area, and if they can't find you, they can't join you. Okay, up next we have some information on upcoming training for our Cub Leaders. So that slide's going to appear here. There we go. All right, so a couple of Cub Leader trainings that we have coming up. The first is BALOO training. B-A-L-O-O stands for Basic Adult Leader Outdoor Orientation. This is an overnight event. It will be October 12th and 13th at the Camp Manatoc Dining Hall. And what is important about this training is that there has to be at least one BALOO-trained adult present on all Cub Scout campouts, even if that campout is Arrow of Light Scouts camping with a Scouts BSA troop. You still need a BALOO-trained person at that event as well. So again, it's a day-and-a-half event. It's an overnight event. You'll camp out at Camp Manatoc. They'll do the training down in the dining hall and probably in the Lewis Conference Center as well. The next one is Cub Leader position-specific trainings. Now, this is training for den leaders, assistant den leaders, Cub Masters, assistant Cub Masters, committee chairs, assistant committee. There are 2 of these events taking place. Both of them are at St. Stephen Church in Stowe. The first one is on November 2nd, and that one is a little different in that before the training begins, there is going to be a keynote address presented by me that is going to go over the new Cub Scout program. Now, if you've watched any of the videos or presentations that I've done previously, this is going to be a different presentation. We're not going to repeat the same stuff that I've already presented. But that will be a presentation on the new Cub program. There'll be a Q&A where you can get questions answered, and that will help you out in the learning of all of that. This is being conducted in conjunction with the College of Commissioner Science that the commissioners are going to be at. So lunch at this event, you'll be having lunch also with all of the commissioners and council level executives so you can meet with them. If you're not interested in that or you're not able to make it on November 2nd, the same training is going to be offered just without the keynote address, and that is on November 9th, also at St. Stephen Church in Stowe. And as you can see on screen there, all details and registration for these events is at that address below, which is gtcbsa.org/calendar-events/training. All right, finally, we wanted to make sure that all you Cub leaders were aware of the upcoming Cub Haunted Hayrides and Harvest event. This year, the event will take place on 5 nights in October, not 5 nights at Freddy's, but 5 nights in October. You see those dates there on screen. It is October 10th and 11th, or I'm sorry, 11th and 12th, 18th and 19th, and the 25th. The event is at Camp Butler from 7:30 to 9:30 p.m. each night. It takes place rain or moonshine, so make sure you dress appropriately, because even if it's raining, you will go out. New this year will be harvest-themed crafts, games, and activities in addition to the hayrides. Tickets for this event are $10 per person if they're purchased online and in advance, and $12 per person if you purchase at the gate. And kids age 3 and under are free. Everyone who is in line by 9 p.m. will get a hayride. For more details and to purchase tickets, you can go to the website address you see there on screen, scoutingevent.com/433-hayride. Well, that is going to do it. Oh, we have a question. We have a question. Yes, Sherry. What is our question?
Is there a difference between the online committee chair training and the in-person one? Should both be completed?
That is a good question. They're both the same. Thank you, Sherry. So, yeah, if you've taken the online committee training, that is the same as the in-person training. The only difference is with in-person training, you're with a group of other people and you're allowed to chat and network and get questions answered that obviously you're not going to get from a pre-recorded YouTube video. So that would be the one advantage to wanting to take it in person, even if you've taken it already online. But as far as technically speaking, yes, the training is the same whether you've taken it online or in person. Both count. Any other questions, Sherry, before we go on?
There's another comment that says
Okay.
the in-class interaction makes it worth the in-person.
That is true, yes. The in-class interaction absolutely does make it worth the being in person. A lot of people will tell us that you're just good with that. You can bounce topics and questions off people and share experiences that you simply can't get from a video. Not that there's anything wrong with the video because they're covering the same curriculum, but that interaction is always good. All right, any other comments or questions we have?
Just another comment, basically saying the same thing, and the difference is the interaction with experienced leaders and the ability to get your questions answered.
Yes, yeah. So to repeat what Sherry said is the interaction and getting questions answered in real time, absolutely, definitely is a big plus for that. Plus, you get to hear me for an hour talk. What more could you ask for if you take the November 2nd presentation? But yeah, if you're still unfamiliar with the new Cub program, if you've got questions about it, this is a great place to get those questions answered. Like I said before, it's a different presentation than the ones that I have done previously on this program, because we've been doing it for a couple of months now. We've learned a few things. We've got a few notches under our belt, and we'll be able to get some good presentations in there. All right? Any other questions, Sherry, before we move on?
That is it at the moment.
All right. Well, thank you, everyone, for those questions and comments. We really do appreciate it. So that's going to do it for us tonight. I want to thank our speakers and all the others who have helped me behind the scenes. Our next Cub Roundtable will be Thursday, October 3rd, as we move into our new schedule of holding these roundtables going forward on the first Thursdays of the month as opposed to the second Thursdays of the month. So to close out tonight, we have a new video we wanted to share with you that is available to units to download and present at your recruiting events, on your website, on your social media, any place that you'd like to use them. The video is tailored just for Great Trail Council. This video and many more are available for your use on our council's YouTube page, as well as on the recruiting website that was mentioned earlier, the gtcbsa.org/recruit. So, thank you all for all you do for scouting. We'll see you on the trail, and if you're taking Wood Badge tomorrow, I'll see you there. Good night, everyone.